Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Cliff again. So look, um, can you relate? I got another one for you. All right. So there, there was this time, right? That I was younger. I don't remember the exact age. I was maybe around the ages between, let's say, 16 to 18, 19, maybe. Okay. Well, you know, I got this car, right? And I've always been really big into cars and stuff, vehicles, because I feel like they based concepts of vehicles off of humans and all this other stuff. But that's another story. So, um, I got this car and I put some new headers on it, and just completely made the car to where it was. I'm talking about very, very fast, and I was young. Okay, well, when you're young, you know, they say young, dumb, and the rest of it. But so I got into this car and tended to do some dumb stuff. I got a few different minor traffic things and all that. Well, basically, you do donuts and burnouts and all this other stuff, showing off in front of your friends and everything. And basically, so what I was doing is I was showing off just a little too much. Well, let's say an excessive amount of too much. Okay. So what I did was I went and met up with my two friends. Okay, I'm not going to disclose their name. Maybe in the future I will. But I met up with my two friends, and basically I was showing off my car. Okay, and I mean I was really proud, because it was my first real fast car. And so there's a reason that I'm talking about this one, okay? Like I said, can you relate? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of families and other people that will be able to see what I'm saying. So I get in this car. My friends get in this car. I believe this was like sometime around when they were supposed to go to the prom and all this other stuff. So both my best friends get in the car with me, right? And I had so much, so much energy and adrenaline. Like I was, let's get it. Like I'm ready to show off. I want to show what my car can do. Okay. Well, um, like I said, I was young. Okay. So I didn't have that many years of experience of driving and everything. Um, so I basically did not realize that the road and everything was the way it was. And so what I did was I got in my car, I did a burnout, and you know what I'm saying, to the side, and then got a little fishtailed and all that, and yeah, hey, that was cool, whatever. All right. Well, there was this road um, that it set a specific speed limit and all that, and I was doing well over that speed limit. Okay, and long story short, I was gunning it. Okay, I want to say well over 100 miles an hour, and at that point, like when I was doing it, the adrenaline, like I in my mind, I was wanting to slow down. Okay, and it just got there so fast. It got to 100 something so fast. And at that point, I didn't realize that it just rained the night before. Okay. Um, like the road, I could tell that it was a little damp, but I didn't see that it was that damp. You know what I'm saying? And I hit a little patch of rain or whatever and water. Long story short, 100 miles, boom, right into a parked car with my two friends in the car. Okay, the car totters, and when I smashed into this parked car, there was a house behind it. Okay, if I would not have hit that parked car, I would have went through that house where that family was sleeping. Okay, and thankfully enough, that car was there, and you know just poor decisions. And honestly, when I was gunning it, you know what I'm saying, I was trying to slow down, whatever. Okay, it was a stick shift. The gear was stuck. Okay, it got stuck into the gear, which it was redlining. It was stuck in that gear, and the acceleration wire was actually stuck on the vehicle. So I had no like, you know, just stupidity. You know what I'm saying? So I smashed into this car, and when I did, I hit it. The whole car flips, slams down, boom, 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 boom. It was horrible. I look when we finally stopped. I look over, and the whole frame of the car is smashed down. The whole frame is smashed down. Okay, and I look over to my friends. He's knocked out, and he's really out. Because when I say he's knocked out, he was out of it, then he was slowly coming back to it, and all that, and he kept saying, my ribs, and we're yelling, wake up, wake up. I'm trying to shake my other friend, and he is completely out. I'm talking about out. I thought, the worst. So he had this huge gash in his head. He was bleeding, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I started to drive. My vehicle was still trying to drive. And when it did, I was going forward, and it was like I was driving forward, but the car was doing this. Like you was like on ice, like you're on ice. And long story short, I wasn't intoxicated, under any type of influence or anything. What it was, the adrenaline of it, and peer pressure and all that. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, I ended up getting my my friends some help and everything, and I'm skipping a whole lot of parts. Okay. Their families come out there. Their girlfriends are crying. They're screaming. Mothers screaming. Police are questioning me, thinking I'm under the influence. And I kept trying to explain to them, like, hey, I was just in an accident at over 100 miles an hour into a parked car. They weren't trying to hear that. Okay. Police lock me up. Long story short, test me for different things, try saying, oh, well, you're this, you're that, whatever. Okay. So next thing you know, they end up doing little swab stuff and all that. Try saying that I was, excuse me, the test came back that, oh, I had this in my system. And so just to clarify, months down the line, well, not months, a couple weeks down the line, I get some paperwork back saying it's inconclusive and all that other stuff. Okay. Because I wasn't. All right. What it came back to is, I guess, because I went and ate at this place before and had it was a lot of sesame seeds and stuff in the food or whatever. But what I'm getting at is, so my friend, one of them suffered a broken rib, and the other one had a concussion, and he has a scar for life on his head. Okay. And, even though I wasn't drunk or anything. This wasn't no DWI stuff or none of that. What it came down to is, peer pressure and, you know, lack lack of, self control and not being educated in certain areas in life correctly, and I take full accountability, responsibility of that. Okay. I had to face what I faced with that situation. Okay. And, you know, I could have lost my best friends, you know, and I'm talking about there was a lot of tears over all that, you know, a lot of hatred that I've dealt with and all that other stuff. So, you know, long story short, again, when it came down to it, my friend's parents, they forgave me and everything. And, you know, it's not worth, trying to show off and do all that other stuff. If you get a hot rod, you trick out a car, make it look real nice and all that. Or, it's made for racing, take it to the drag track, race it there, do it the proper way, wear your seatbelt, all this stuff. So yeah, and that's pretty much it about that one. You know, if anybody has any stories or anything they would like to let me know about any similar situation like this one, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments in the box below. All right.